All right. Hello, Mashers. Welcome back to the Weekly Mash. We are here again, and today we're talking with a multi talented Pacific Northwest author, Shannon Morse. Shannon writes both romance and thriller mystery, and her stories often echo the feel of the Pacific Northwest. Shannon, thank you so much for joining
I
us. Can you tell us a little bit about you and your work, and then we'll ask you some questions?
just a little bit about me is live in the Pacific Northwest and I actually met you guys. I know I met Ashley at an event that we had in Hayden. So that was fun to meet her. And yeah, I write romance. Most of the stories that I write about are personal experiences, but I elaborate on them.
Mhm.
So there's a little hint of me in each book, which is why I'm wearing the main character shirt.
Love it.
But it's not me, if that makes sense. So, like, there's a character that's in Flour, Sugar, and a Tiffany ring. She actually wears glasses because I wear glasses. And a lot of people actually wrote me and said, I appreciate that your character was wearing glasses because I'm
Mhm.
always pushing my glasses up. And I mentioned that multiple times in my book. So, this one, although it's a little bit different because this is actually a story about my grandparents' love story, how they met in World.
Aw.
So, I think I can show you real fast. So this is my grandparents here. So this
Aw.
is in Cardiff, Wales, where he finally proposed to her during World War II, and she agreed
That's
to marry
so
him.
cool.
So that's how this story came about because it was, I mean, his ship was torpedoed like 3 times, and there was a bomb that landed in front of my grandmother's house, and then tanks were running down the house, and they had to crawl out the windows, and, like, all of that stuff happened, and they're telling me this stuff. I'm like, "Why isn't this in a book? This is a movie. This
Yeah,
is ridiculous." So, wrote this,
that's
and
so
it's
cool.
yeah, it's fun. What was the question?
You
You're
were
just
just
telling us
telling us
about
about
you.
yourself.
Okay, that's me. We mentioned earlier, the other thing I do is I'm a cross country and long distance running coach for youth age 4 to I do the littles and the middle school, so about 13 years old. And then my husband coaches about depending on their ability up to 18. So we've been doing that for a few years across the nation because he's active duty military. He's a medical officer. So wherever we land, we start a new club. So we've been coaching
That's
in
so cool.
Washington, D.C., Virginia, Chicago, Milwaukee, Dover, Delaware, here.
Um,
So here's
That's
my
crazy.
question.
Yeah.
Coming from a fluffy girl, okay, who does not run. Now, I mean this with all respect, but why run for fun?
Good for heart cardiovascular. But I will say, I'm a bone density tech as well for inland imaging, and
That's so cool.
running actually hurts your bones density. So
Mm,
walking is better. So as a bone density tech, I'll say walk your bone strength, don't run it away. So
See, guys,
first,
I'm just watching out for my bone density.
I know. I like
yes,
walking.
I don't want osteopenia or osteoporosis. I'm just going to walk.
All
Yeah,
I'm doing is watching out for my bone density.
right.
Okay, well, Shannon, as Miranda said, thank you so much for being here. And as you said, I actually met Shannon at It's a Love Story book market in Hayden, Idaho. One cool thing that Miranda, well, not really cool, it's kind of common sense. One thing that Miranda and I do is we follow everybody, all the vendors who come to that market. And Shannon was one of the authors who was there, and she actually had like pre-orders of her book. And it was like, get there. Well, it was like pre-buy, like
Yeah.
before
It
you
was
could
pre-release.
pre-release.
There.
That's the word
Yeah.
I'm looking for. And I'm like running, trying to find. Well, I'm not running because we already had this conversation.
You
I'm
walked for
walking.
osteopenia.
Yeah. Trying to find the book. And I'm like, where is she? I don't even know what it's about, but it's a pre-release. She's an author. I need it. And I walked over to her. I was like, do you have the book? She just kind of looks at me like, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I think I sold out of that book. I had 10. So I didn't think anyone was interested because I was like starting to market it. I sold out in like, I want to say it was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
fun. And
I
I
think you
felt
had
really
like
bad.
2 left when I was there.
Yeah. Did I?
That's crazy.
Because my daughter hid them.
Smart thinking, daughter. Smart
Yeah.
thinking. Smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sold out of Flour, Sugar, and Tiffany ring and Broken Luck that day.
Yeah.
Um, that was crazy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And
That's
it's not
amazing.
so if you I know a lot of you guys don't come to us because you don't live near us, but it's not a huge market. I mean, it's big for us, but it's not
Right.
like, well, it's
I
big, but
sold a
it's not,
lot. I
it's
sold close
just
to
like a parking lot. It's not like a
yeah.
whole event center.
No, but it was kind of cozy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's not
Mhm.
crazy. It's busy, but it's not like elbow to elbow. You're
Right.
not,
Coeur d'Alene Market.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
Or
love
the
that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been to Kendall Yards Market in the summer, but
Not
that's
yet. It's on
yeah,
our
try
list.
that.
It's on our list because we just knew. We just found that
Yeah.
one out. We should
Yeah.
talk to you and find out about all the markets now that Miranda
There
and
you
I are
go.
really getting into it.
Insider
There's 2
info.
more I'm gonna be a part of. It's gonna be May 2nd, and it is talk amongst yourself. Let me find it.
I'm just going to find a writing utensil.
I
May
she is nope. I know it's gonna be in Spokane, and I believe it's gonna be on the 2nd of it's gonna be on the 2nd of May, and she's a military spouse that invited me, and I'll just have to message you.
Yeah, let's know. We'll share it out. But I want to know, what's your favorite thing, since you've based all of your books in the Pacific Northwest? What's your favorite thing about the Pacific Northwest?
Living here. I do like the 4 seasons. I don't necessarily like the spring when it starts to melt and then it becomes like a mud mess. Like I
Mhm.
hate that part. There's no
Mhm.
flowers. It's mud. It's dirty. It's grody. No, I don't like that. I like the snow when I'm not in it.
I know.
Right.
But living across the nation, Coeur d'Alene has an amazing lake that you can just swim in. And,
Mhm.
Lake McDonald in Montana as well, even though that's more mountainous. It's so clear. You could see all the way down, like 20 feet. You can see the pebbles on the ground. And people just don't believe that's real, but it is. Super cold, but it is. You don't get that back east. You have polluted waters that have signs all over that says you cannot swim in this, don't eat the fish, it's polluted, toxic. That's what I love is that it's so fresh and clean. And you can drive, to Idaho and have no people around you. There's that dead space that you can just go and hike, like Tubbs Hill, Dishman Micah, all that kind of stuff. Be away from
Mhm.
people
Yep.
or then just drop downtown and go to all the bookstores when you
Yeah.
want.
You know?
Yeah, that's probably my favorite thing about living here too, is that, and it's not a far drive. You can drive 20 minutes and be in the mountains, or you can drive 10 minutes and be downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved going to Kellogg, Idaho, and like both seasons, my husband and I would go take the kids tubing. And then the summer we've rented bikes. We go downhilling and it's snow not coordinated. So I always die of laughter because he's always like head over in the handlebars. I'm like, you're an idiot. I'm gonna write this down.
Where's the video?
Good book inspo.
Oh, I think my best memory of him was I'm coming around the corner and all I hear is like, oh, and he's on the ground and I'm laughing. So I fall myself because an idiot can't be coordinated.
That'd be me.
Oh
I'd
my
be on the
goodness.
ground.
But
Miranda,
I
we
love
should
it.
go biking.
Yeah.
I want to. I
Let's
want to.
go.
You go to the Hiawatha trails and
Mhm.
bike through that. Make sure you have a headlamp because that train tunnel is like a
Oh, yeah, I bet.
darkness.
Hey, do you want to hear a really funny story about tunnels?
Yes.
Do you know what story I'm talking about, Miranda? So my husband used to hunt in Avery, Idaho, and they were going and they were talking. I don't remember, him and a bunch of his friends were talking, and they were talking about how hard it must be to like do certain things like on these roads. And he goes, "It must be really hard to plow snow through these tunnels." And his friends look at him like, "Brian,
You're an idiot.
there's no snow in the tunnels." And he goes, "Well, what do you mean? Like, the snow has to go somewhere. There's no snow in the tunnels, Brian." And he goes,
There's like a random snowstorm that hits
"In the
underneath.
tunnel.
Flying sideways.
In the tunnel."
Maybe in a book.
That's my husband.
You
You're
married him.
welcome. I know.
Oh boy. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Tunnel story.
All right. Well, we already talked to Shannon about how you wear so many different hats. What first drew you to writing, and how do all the experience that you have with cross country, being a military spouse, how does that feed into your creative process?
Well, I've actually been writing for forever and just no one knew about it. I actually hid it for a long time, like 18 years. I hid it on my laptop. I wrote this guy when my son was a year and a half. And this is like you can see the Spokane pavilion right there. So I wrote this one and it sat on my computer forever, just sat there, did nothing. And then COVID, dreaded days. I was going to lose my mind with my kids. I was stuck in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And I think that was the year that it got like -36. I was scraping the inside of my windows with my car window, and it was so cold that our car engine shrunk and the belts all fell off. So we were stranded in our house. So my kids were doing their virtual school. I was trying not to die of being, cabin fever. So I actually wrote this, which is Broken Luck. So I was in Wisconsin, but I used everything that I remember in Spokane because it was an incessant dream that wouldn't go away. And the only way to get that bad record playing on repeat is to write it out. So I wrote that in like 2 weeks just because it was it was a horrible dream that just kept playing, 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 playing. And the only reason why that got published is because because I used to email it to myself as a backup on my email. I accidentally emailed it to my friend in Dover, Delaware, whose husband was a publishing agent for Amazon. And
Wow.
she's like, what is this? I'm like, what are you talking about, Liz? She goes, no, what is this? So she explained, I've never been so embarrassed. I like wanted to vomit. I was so like embarrassed, everything. And she's like, no, it's really, really good. And so she helped me with the self-publishing and all that stuff. So that's how that got born. And then I thought, I'll just bring back or Fairy Tale in the Big City. So that's how those came about. This guy, the third book, Stop, Drop, or Run, is because I realized that there's so many hockey tropes, but there's no running tropes. And I'm like, excuse me. When we were stationed in Fairfax, Virginia, there's a character in this book called, his name is Adam, and he's like the unicorn, the playboy, frat kid, the goofball, all of that stuff. Quite a bit of people and my ARC readers tell me they wanted me to write his own story. I'm like, okay. So this is Adam's story. So Adam is a firefighter for University of Washington. And Daisy is a track star runner. And because I know all the terminology about cross country distance running and everything, and the locations where all the meets were happening, because I've run them or I've trained there, I put all that in here. So that was the nice thing about it with my experience. So that's how the Pacific Northwest plays into there. And May 1st, I have the fourth and final book in the series coming out. So I am looking for ARC readers. The link is going to be in my bio at Instagram or on TT. So if you're interested in dueling florist, enemies to lovers, and a Pacific Northwest, then that might be the story for you. Lots of tattoos and
So
piercings.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah. It's
It's
an
like,
introduction to the other one, so you don't really need to read any of the books.
Yeah.
You can just read that one.
We would anyway, just because
Yeah.
I can't not, even if they're standalones, like I have to start at the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the way I am.
Well,
and
that's
then she
good for me.
judges me.
Yeah.
And then she judges
Good for
me.
you.
And Miranda's a very quick reader.
Oh, really? Good.
Normally. I've been pretty slow lately. I don't know.
It is what
Just
it
life.
is.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now Absinthe, this guy, it doesn't directly say it's in Washington, but I did talk about Spokane and then moving, and you can kind of tell when I talk about the characters moving across the state and it gets warmer and starts to rain. Well, that's Spokane and Seattle.
Yeah.
So it is a Pacific Northwest story. And this is told through the perspective of alcohol as the narrator. So the alcohol possesses your body. So it's kind of paranormal, but it's not really. But this was written on a dare. So my older sister got this idea. And I was like, crap, I'm stuck on my treadmill. So she told me about a podcast that she heard how a man in the 1920s was trying to blame the fact that he was possessed by absinthe. It was the reason why he killed his family. It didn't work. He was hung, but it kind of sparks an idea. And she kind of is like, you need to write one. I'm like, I'm not a thriller girl. She's like, no, do it. Well, I did. I've had 3 people message me saying it's too 4 people message me it's too dark. They couldn't read it. like I'm like,
Sounds
"It's
like you did.
yeah." I'm like, "That's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm the queen of darkness.
I hope you can handle it." Because there are
I'm
times like, my heart.
telling you, it's
She'll
literally
get it.
I'm like 27% of the way done with the book I'm on, and it's literally right here waiting for me. And it's been staring at me for a
Since
long time.
when was that? It was it
Is that the September one?
September? It was the
Too
fall market.
long. Too long.
Too
That's for
long.
dang sure. Too long. It's
Well,
been staring at me.
I have a couple collabs that are coming out. So Kitty Cafe and the Grump, that's going to be coming out in August. And then I am in a paramedic collab. It's a
I'm
protector.
dope.
So they settled on the name Protector. So mine's called the Writer's Protector. I thought it was supposed to be 2028. And then I looked at the date. My release date is supposed to be a lot sooner. So I'm
Oh
freaking out.
no.
So that's what I
You
was
got
doing.
it.
I talked to you. So I'm like quickly writing. I think I'm going to keep it
You've
around
got
20.
it. You've got it.
Deadline.
On chapter 8.
You got this.
So I think those are my books and Flower, Sugar, and Tiffany. But this isn't in the Pacific Northwest because I was stationed in DC. So this is more of the Fairfax, Virginia vibe, which kind of reminds me a lot of Seattle, just the greenery back there. So, and then it's also in Cardiff, Wales, where my grandfather was evacuating my grandmother, and she was a women's land army soldier as well, because all the men back then were gone fighting the wars, so women had to take over. So that's, and I just finished last week book 2 of that, and my alpha reader loved it.
I'm excited to read that one.
I know that sounds so good.
Yeah, I
So
love it. It's fun. So the second one will be Gomez's story, and that story title is going to be Lipstick, Leather, and Full Throttle. It's more of a motorcycle club. Yeah,
so many good things coming.
I know. I'm really busy.
You're like I'm real, and I coach, and I work.
Right?
Remember,
And
I
your
took the day
mom.
off. I'm not at the podium today.
You're welcome. I'm just kidding.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
It's okay. My husband won't see this, so we're good.
so the themes now. Don't yell at me. I can't, for the life of me, and I don't know why. I can't say the title.
Absinthe.
Miranda, I know Miranda laughs at me, and
Hard.
I don't know why, and I just sound stupid.
You're not the only one. People are like, I'm not even going to attempt this. I'm like, it's like
But I know
sin.
what it is, and I know that I know how to say it in my brain. I just can't say it, so I
Yeah.
don't even try to say it out loud.
Okay.
Miranda's like, Ashley, it's not hard. I'm like, yeah, I know it's not, but there's another word that lately I can't say, and it's like really stupid. And my daughter will walk up to me and she's like, Mom, say this word. And I'm like, Zoe, leave me alone. I'm old. And yeah. But the themes feel really atmospheric and haunting. How did you approach balancing the dark psychological aspects with the romantic elements?
I didn't.
It's fair.
I didn't. I just wrote it.
Yeah.
No, the characters were telling me how to go and where they wanted to go. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So that's all
I love it.
Yeah.
no plan.
I just wrote what they told me to write.
Right? That's the way it works sometimes.
It is. And the like in the book I'm writing right now, the writer's protector, the damn people just keep doing other things, and it's really frustrating. Because now it's complicated.
That's right.
Reason 18,942,000 why Ashley would never write a book. Because I'm in control, people. Me.
Good luck.
No, they are. They definitely are. Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, were there any challenges in writing a book that was intense compared to your contemporary romance series?
Oh, that was so hard because I had to write as if I'm sitting in the person's mind and directing the body to like I'm pulling his strings, pulling the making my vessel move, and I had to use italicized like he or they or him whenever I was talking about the puppet that or the vessel he was sitting in. So it's like his body and I italicize it and then I would do a dash and like now mine. So it was very difficult to like make the reader understand when I was talking about him or he, it was his puppet, not him directly. So that was very hard.
Ooh,
So,
tricky.
yes, you
Yeah.
can see in there what I'm talking about. It's all over.
You guys go have fun.
Yeah. So she's shelving her other book and she's going to start this one.
Yeah. It's been yelling at me. Ooh, my menu is right here.
The
My
trigger.
trigger warning. My trigger warning list.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of the internal voice, can you talk about how you crafted the voice and what you wanted the readers to feel when they were reading it?
Okay, so those are very detailed questions and I never think that far when I'm writing.
Same.
Honestly, I just wanted them to see how nasty he could be and how possessive and controlling and bored he could be, and or he or she. They came across as like, okay, I've been sitting in this glass bottle forever. You finally drank me. I'm now seeping into your body. So let's go wreak some havoc. Let's play. And there's no rhyme or reason to the anger that Absinthe has, just that he does it's just there. So he's bored.
Mm,
But
that's
then
intriguing.
but then I twist it a little bit. There's a little fly in my room. Um, so then I twist it a little bit because Absinthe over the years has, and being in the mind of the vessel, that in the folds of his mind, he starts to see like the mind palace is what I call it, similar to Sherlock Holmes, the past and the present, and what he has seen as an assassin that he has taken over. He's taken over an assassin's body. So he starts to see all that stuff that the vessel's body has done in the past, and he starts to build a moral compass a little bit. And then as he's being kidnapped and like sold for auction, and at first he's like, yeah, whatever, just take me. I don't care. Like, what are you going to do to me that I can't do to you? So he starts to see like, oh, wait, the people that they have taken don't want to be here. Or, oh, wait, there's something wrong. I'm not liking this. And then he meets Star, who's there in the crowd, trying to find her missing sister. Um, and he's like, oh, not only is she beautiful and pretty, but I think I want to help her find. So he starts to morally gray turn into like, I think we need to do something about these people and let's do a lot of schmurdering. So
Mm,
he changes.
Mhm.
yeah. That kind of
Mhm.
folds into my next question. Are there characters or moments in Absinthe that were particularly fun or rewarding for you to write?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed taking my aggression out, with stuff that's going on my characters.
Yeah.
So that was cathartic. And that's just kind of how I think a lot of writers are using their stories as therapy in a way. Like
Hmm.
it's cheaper to write than to pay for therapy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd be like,
So
so and so hit me with their car on Thursday. Well, you're going in my book, and I am not changing your name.
yeah, I'm like, and I'm murdering you tomorrow.
Yep. That's what I would be doing.
I
Am I
actually
in
have
your book?
yes, I have a book, or I have a mug that says careful, you'll end up in my novel.
Mhm. That'd be me.
Well, and
Hmm.
it's funny because in Broken Luck, because I work at Inland Imaging, Carla, and I think you met her, she's my best friend in real life. She's actually in this book. And then here's what's really funny is that I wrote this thinking no one would read this. No one. Well, fast forward a couple of years, the guys that are in this book were real. They were all the people that were in my high school that didn't know who I was. So in a way, I was kind of Sammy. I was kind of a wallflower hidden. And one of my friends, who is a cross country running star, and she always says, "You wrote Stop, Drop, and Run after me." I'm like, "No, I didn't," because she did run for University of Washington.
Oh my god.
I'm like, no, no, no. I swear to God, I wrote it before I even knew you. Just coincidence. She goes, uh-huh, whatever. I was like, I'm not stalking you. Her best friends were the guys that I wrote about. So when I went to go to a dinner party with her, those guys were there and she had my book. I've never been so embarrassed.
Oh my
They're like,
gosh. I'd be
you have
like,
some,
hey,
I'm going to go puke in the bathroom. Excuse me.
be like, You're in my book.
Yeah. So that was odd. But Andy, he's
That's
like, "Can I
funny.
get a picture with you holding the book?" I was like, "Yeah, okay. I can send you that picture too."
That's awesome.
So here's a word to, to other authors. Be careful who you put in your book because you never know who's going to read it. Warn them
Good tip.
beforehand or ask.
You never know. You might actually just, people might actually read your book.
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't think anyone would.
Miranda and I were just having this conversation last night. Right. Okay, let's switch to your contemporary. Even though I love contemporary, but we're switching. Why'd we switch, Miranda? Just kidding.
Roll with it.
So
Roll with it.
but I like anyway. So while we explore the darker territory, your Pacific Northwest love books like Broken Luck and Others are pure romance with emotional depth. What's your approach when you switch in between your genres? You're like,
There's
I'm
no
gonna do it. Yell at Miranda. She wrote the script. I just read the questions.
an idea and I start with it and I roll with it. And multiple people have written me about Broken Luck because they were very angry at me with the ending. So I don't have, did you read that one, Ashley?
Not
Or
yet.
no? Not, yeah. So
Not yet.
I had a lot of people tell me, like, how could you do that? And I'm like, they told me that's just how it happened. And like, sometimes I guess I'm dramatic, I guess. I don't know. But like this one, there is a grape scene in there. So a lot of people did not expect to have more of a darker tone in this book with it being so cute and fluffy in the cover, which I agree it's maybe I could have a different cover, but I also feel like it's a hook, line, and sinker. One way to
Right.
capture attention. But yeah, there's a grape scene, there's um a child death from cancer in there. So it's heavy. I will say it's heavy, but I turn it around and I wrap you in a big hug by the end of the book. So you feel happier.
Yeah, this
So
is why people wonder why I don't like contemporary romance. See, my dark romance doesn't do this to you. That's why. Right there.
There's no hug.
There's no breaking you down, making you cry, feel all the emotions, and then making you hug. No. They just make you feel all the warm and fuzzies from the very get-go.
I love the feelings about contemporary.
yeah, there's a lot of feels.
I don't like feels,
Yeah.
Shannon.
You're
You're
dead
such a
inside.
dork.
My husband says I'm dead inside. So
I try to
my
save
heart.
one feel, and it's for my oldest daughter's wedding. But Miranda keeps making me read these books that makes me feel, and then I lose it.
She'll build back up. Don't worry.
How about you read that and then I'll tear you down with Absinthe back to your level again.
There
So
you go.
and I was thinking, I've been toying in my mind with a prequel for Absinthe starting in the 20s and how it came about. So I've been thinking about that guy. So
Some of the historical elements that you bring into some of your books. That's awesome.
yes,
Very
I'm
cool.
that one. So to get prepared for that one. So there is some preparing because I was not born in the 20s. I do not know any of that stuff unless I have Amazing Mary Kay.
I mean,
Yeah. I started watching Peaky Blinders again because, well, first of all, Tommy Shelby, but second of all, it helps with like kind of like setting the stage and what I need to look for and how I'm gonna to use that for the next book. But I literally have like 4 projects I have to finish before I start the prequel. And I can't take any more collabs because oh wait, I just have another collab. But I can't take any more. There's a Christmas collab I have to get done, but that's till next year.
you have a
years.
little
Yeah.
bit of time for that one.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Before we end, we're gonna do our quick rapid fire. So just whichever comes to mind first. Coffee, tea, or something else.
Oh my gosh, coffee. No, tea. Tea. Wait, I was just drinking tea. Both?
Um,
I'm
The
indecisive.
Pacific Northwest landmark you love the most. Ooh, yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Riverfront Park in college. And actually now I coach down there during the winter season because
Yeah.
it's all plowed.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Now I know where to stop Shannon at.
Yes. Till July.
Right. Favorite book that you've written.
Oh my gosh. It's a toss up between Flower Sugar and a Tiffany Ring. And then the one that's not published yet, it's the second book is Lipstick Leather and Full Throttle. Those 2.
Ooh, I kind of get stuck with this question. One word that describes Absinthe. Hey, I think I got it.
You did good.
Dark.
Sorry.
Yep.
See my kind of book.
Possessive, puppeteer, marionette, alcohol. I don't.
She
There you
should have just
go.
said Ashley.
Ashley,
My gosh, whatever.
you can edit that.
You're so funny. Oh
She
my
wrote it for
goodness.
me.
All right. Well, that was all of our questions for you, Shannon. Thank you so very much for joining us. It's been so cool having you on here, especially with you being a fellow Pacific Northwest girly, at least for now.
Yes.
Can you tell everyone where they can find you and all of your amazing work that you have out and upcoming?
Sure. All of these books are available at Amazon, the Zon, but they're all over the bookstores here in the Pacific Northwest. Railroad Moose has them. I believe A Love Story has them. Barnes and Noble has them. Know that Auntie's Bookstore also has them, and they are all over online. And I do have it on my website, so you can order signed copies from me as well. And then May 1st, I will be at the Barnes and Noble Tri-Cities event. So I will be having the fourth book in the Broken Luck series out. So that's She Loves Me Not. That will be for sale there. And then the May 2nd event at the Spokane Public Library.
Oh, look.
Oh,
I will be there selling She Loves Me Not as well.
A public library. Sorry, I had to write
make a
that down.
note.
Yeah. I might get
I'm
one
thinking
at
road
Auntie's
trip.
Bookstore too before I leave in June or something.
Well,
wanna
we'll
go.
look forward to seeing you at whatever events we cross paths with you at, and hopefully some of our listeners will be able to do that as well. But we'll have everything Shannon linked below so that you can follow along. Don't forget to follow us at the Book Mash for more weekly MASH and author interviews, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.